Welcome to the finale of Trails in the Sky the Third. Welcome to the finale of the Liberl arc. One last foe, which happens to be Kevin's stigma. A copy of it anyway. Straight into it, huh? Ah, listen to that music. Anima Mundi, the ultimate will, born from a copy of Kevin's stigma, manipulates the laws of the world. Alright, what's interesting about this boss is how... I don't want to bury it, first of all. I don't want to say like, this thing's unremarkable or unforgettable. But I think this boss really encapsulates one of the things I talked about in part 0. And that's that this game throws so much information at you that it's overload. There's so much information that some of it hits you in the face and you have no context for it. And it just bounces right off. And not until later do you maybe stop and realize and think that maybe that thing that hit you in the face and bounced right off might have some like greater importance. And I'm not saying that this boss does outside of being what it is, what it says it is, a copy of Kevin's stigma. But it is a very interesting visual design. Because when you stop and think about it, even through second chapter and the third, dealing with Joshua's fake stigma implanted in him by Weissman, and now the issues of Kevin's stigma in this game, we still don't really know a lot about stigmas, of exactly how people get them naturally. If there's like, how does it happen? Is it just attached to some sort of major tragic event in your life? Kevin said that he believed that when his mom died, that's when he got his. Not really clear. We don't know if there's a greater meaning to them. And the fact that this thing has like some sort of like autonomy and it has like a name, it's really strange. So whether or not we'll learn anything more about the true nature of stigmas in the future, and whether or not we can connect it back to this thing, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. But certainly the now like a big brain laser shooting out of it meme Trails fan in me is like, could this thing have a much deeper meaning than I could have ever anticipated? I don't know, maybe. Let's set up our party members. All these buffs about to go on. And I'll say like the one thing that's kind of unfortunate, this is totally an opinion about like this boss. And when things like this get thrown into the Trails series, like for example, Weissman's angel form, etc. I love the Trails series, but sometimes like visually things like this, it's like, look at that boss. It's like, yeah, I could see that being the final boss of a JRPG. It feels like it is. Look at us. Look at this like traditional in-game fight we're doing. We're standing on a platform, floating in the middle of something that's not quite the room we were in 15 minutes ago or whatever. This is real like JRPG cliche, to be honest. As much as I love the Trail series, but it's true. And I pointed it out with the Weissman fight as well. It's like, oh, you're fighting him on a floor of light inside this magical arena. It's like, don't worry about it. This is just what JRPGs do. So sometimes when you get like thrown things like this, it's kind of easy to, you know, sort of forget that what you're doing right here is not just like maybe this boss's design. It's like the way it physically looks. Maybe it's not a throwaway. Maybe we should, you know, come back to how it physically looks sometime in the future. I don't know. Certainly something to think about. All right, let's speed up Ries. Look at that, we already got a crit on the board. I think our good girl Estelle's gonna... No, wait. I can't because she's still casting her art. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'll do it with Joshua. Well, it was gonna be his turn anyway. That's fine. We'll use a Phantom Raid on that turn. Let's see, what do we want to do with Ries here? Well, let's see. Do these things have any particular... Oh, you guys only like time, huh? That works out. I was going to do a Deathly Scream on you anyway. God, there's so much light going on the screen right now. There we go. And the boss himself is neutral. Alright, Joshua. You show us that little true Phantom Raid. Yeah, he still says the line though. I'll run no more. I'll miss you, Johnny Young Boss Joshua. Look, we even got guards on us. I mean, I could have done that with Kevin's S-Craft, which I don't have set as the S-Break. I should have done that. Darn. That's okay. Oh, I see. Crap, this isn't going to protect us against arts. Well, in that case... Yeah, I super changed up Estelle's build. Very strange, isn't it? Ah, this seems so cool. This game might actually have the best sound design out of all the Sky games. Just because I love that it abuses its main theme and remixes Cry For Me, Cry For You. Alright, what exactly does this do? I mean, it's obvious what it's doing, but we're fine. Thankfully our guards did protect us. Ah, I see. So we need to go through all these sons of bitches. I'm dumb for not realizing that they were different. Admittedly, I forgot the gimmicks of this fight. I remembered the Weissman ones pretty well. I think I probably tore through this in like an hour and just never looked back. Alright, Diamond Dust then. Which one is it? That's Flame. Phantom. Water, there we go. It was this one on the left, right? If I can just freaking control this thing correctly. Bye. Well, Joshua's limited in what he can do right now. Let's see, where's our wind one? It's gotta be one of these. Heaven. Ground. Must be the bottom one. Alright, arts. There we go. Let's do our things. Oh, right. YouTube's gonna hate the way this fight looks. Yeah, the games always look better in person than they do after recording and uploading. YouTube compression like hates those kinds of visual effects going on in the background, and even this big one. So don't worry, even if you haven't played the Sky games yourself, they look better than ultimately what you see on your end. Like, textures, ground models, character models in the Sky trilogy, not that great. I mean, ultimately they are what they are. The next arc looks better in that regard. But the Sky trilogy really excels in terms of like producing effects as well as like UI and text boxes. The high-res text that Xseed put into the Sky trilogy is really nice. Okay, so what do we have left? Fire and ground. Neither of which are Joshua's strong suits. And I can't hit him. So what do I do with this turn? And can I seek this in? Maybe, but there's a chance that like Ries and Kevin will be able to take care of this beforehand anyway. Oh, and Ries isn't built for this regardless. Will this even work? Because it's not doing damage, it's only stealing. Well, let's try it. So get us some of the EP we're blowing back. There we go. Alright, one more down. I screwed up super big. I'm a dumbass. Still can't get this in time. Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? Joshua's not equipped for it. Well, you know what wouldn't hurt to do is reset our speed ups. Alright, Kevin might be able to do this really quickly. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Sure am. There we go. Finally. Now we can get back on with the boss fight. Look at that. That effect kind of looks like the Weissman fight. Not as shiny, though. Alright, now what did you call in? That'll reset Kevin's speed up. Alright, we got some EP back. What are you dudes? You are Grand Grimoire. Let's get souped up one. They don't like the higher elements. Surprise, surprise. Temporarily drives souls from existence and explodes on death. Oh, you do vanish, don't you? You like to throw that gimmick in on final bosses. Alright, we're going to use Devastation Blast. And why don't we get in there? Oh, we finally have another crit coming up. That one on the left's going to hurt Joshua a little bit. This is real late geocatastrophe from Estelle. That's okay. She's trying her hardest. Yeah, your things haven't changed. That's good. Unless you had a weakness that would come along. That'd be nice. See what he does. Templar Sword Zek. Whoa. Ooh, interesting. Joshua missed all that, though. Alright. Let's see here. Let's get him back a little bit of CP. And we're going to break with Estelle. Change elements. Ooh, what are you now? They like this gimmick a lot, too. Summon Fiend. More grimoires. Okay, what are you? You... Now you don't like, time arts. Oh, I got bad news for you. Energy Drain takes a lot, but I don't think it does a ton of damage. It's mainly just because it's attacks for healing yourself. So I'm going to try Shadow Spear, see how much it does. Not very much. Not a great time art, but I had to test out exactly how strong it was going to be. Going to be using Calamitous Blast for sure. Get up there and whack him, Estelle. Air Cleaver Yin. Alright, get Joshua above 100. Why don't we do this again? Calamitous Blast. Hopefully he doesn't change based on damage. That way, Ries will still do a lot here. I mean, as much as she can, right? Gotta start watching those EP levels. Okay, it's changing again. And now it's back to normal. Alright, I wish I could take away that strength bonus, but it doesn't look like I can. Oh well. Joshua, keep it simple. Just keep attacking. Doing decent damage. Get your ultimate weapon on. Okay, here we go. So your stuff is still the same. Is there any way I could impede this? Let's find out. There's no way. Oh, I missed. That doesn't help. You know what? This is so strong. I'm so nervous. Oh, crap. We're not close enough to each other. Can I get us close enough to each other? I certainly can. I stand right there, Kevin. Maybe should have gone for a cell there. This will protect us. There we go. From 200, that'll be 2 protections. So whatever this craft is, we're gonna bust it up now. It'd be nice if another crit showed up. Alright, we're gonna find out what he was doing. Stigma Cannon Megadilius? Going beyond my expertise of the English language. Look at the money they poured into this one. That's 2007 yen. Just look at this amazing buildup. Okay, the fact that we just saw the entire planet, that begs a lot of questions. What does the world look like? How big is the continent? Boy, am I going to be looking back at this one. I was trying to get, like, visual information off those globes inside of Genesis Royal Academy. I forgot that this exists. Holy crap. That might be the most interesting visual thing we've seen in this entire game. I'm taking a good look at that later. I mean, it's a creation of Phantasma. I hope that depiction of the world is accurate. Also, that just dinked off of us. Good old Grail Sphere. Something really satisfying about the enemy boss having that crazy of a build up for an attack just for it to go beak and just bounce right off. Oh, that feels good. Hey, Joshua, team up with me. We'll do a little chain here.
Let's go. Got it.
All right, what are you changing to? Looks very spacey. And sure enough, does that make sense? It's like, you know, I'm going to change to the color of the thing I'm now weak to. Okay. I forgot that I had this. This is a crazy good support. But I'm going to have to pass up on that. Let's just do a little, drop a little damage on him. God, Kevin, you have so many arts. Holy shit. Devastation Blast. Besides, we still have one guard on us. Unless he does an art. Still, I'm going to try to get you back up to 100. So we still haven't used Ries's S-Craft in this fight. And we haven't done Kevin's attack one either. Alright, that doesn't pose a threat to us thanks to the guards, so haha. Let's get all three of them. It does. Let's just do this. We're nearing the end. Get those big cinematics in while we can.
Come down and purify this flattened earth. Thy will shall be its light, and if thou art truly Septian guardians, grant me strength.
Look at all this video game happening. You missed us, stupids. That's right. I forgot that the arena we're on has been shrinking for a while now. And Estelle, if only you had that cool-ass S-Craft that Cassius has. Phoenix Wave, it was. Oh, but Kevin... You're the only one of us that doesn't have two guards on, huh? Do something a little different here. Why not? We're at the end. Smoke him if you got him. Let's see, what's my best... No, I got like a... Was it Worldly Stew? Beastly Stew? Beastly Stew, that's what does it. 60 CP recovery. Now Kevin can use his S-Craft. This attack again. Joshua's still with one good guard to go. Team up with Estelle. Do a little chain craft.
You ready?
Remember when we beat Wiseman with that on the final turn? Ooh, how cinematically appropriate. Where is it? Oh, I don't have enough freaking EP for it. Well, it's time to use one of those like 90-something EP charges I have. Where are they? There they are. Now I only have 98 of them. Is that standard form again? See what he does here. Oh, come on. Really? Let's summon grimoires on us. And there's so little space on the field now that, like, they actually have the ability to do damage when they explode. But it might not matter if I just do this. Actually did damage to us at the very end. Oh, its color changed. The farewell arena. And we said goodbye to Luve. How did we get here? This is where we fought the Schwarzbitter. This is a place I made with his input for saying farewell. I'm glad it ended up proving to be useful. Oh, Rufina! Back in your old knight getup, huh? You're finally free of the stigma's influence, then? I owe that to you two and your friends. You deserve a lot of praise for overcoming so much on your way here. You knew what you were up against. You could have given up at any time, but you never did. I'm so proud of you. Rufina. You really are just like I remember. So, is the stigma completely gone? I'm afraid not. It still exists inside of me. Your victory earlier has allowed me to suppress it in there for the time being. But I won't be able to do so indefinitely. It'll recover its power before long if it isn't completely destroyed. Oh. But how do we... I'm afraid someone is going to have to destroy it. I want that someone to be you, Kevin. Hey, you can't mean you'll have him kill you. That's right. By killing me, the copy of your stigma will be destroyed as well. That's the only way to get rid of it for good and bring all of this to an end. Doing so should restore Celeste's power. After that, I believe she should be able to return all of you safely to the real world. But... Let me just make sure. There's no other option, is there? None. This is truly the only way. Last time you had to do this, you were barely aware of what you were doing. This time, you won't have such a luxury. How could you ask that of him? How could you make him do that again knowing how much he suffered the first time? And if he does that, you'll... I'm sorry, Ries. But this is the reality, and I need to be the one to tell him. I'll say it once more, Kevin. Kill me and go back to the real world with your friends. As your sister, as a fellow knight, and as a mother. This is the last thing I'll ever ask you to do. It's amazing how someone can be so kind and yet so cruel at the same time. But that's how you've always been, I guess. No, Kevin! I'm sorry, Ries. I'm gonna have to take your sister from you not once, but twice. If that's what you've got to do, then I'm doing it with you. What? Ries? I don't want to be left behind by you two anymore. I don't want to just stand aside and watch anymore. I've had enough of just waiting. So if this is something that has to be done, then I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to carry your sin with you this time. Thanks, Ries. It's hard to believe you're the same little glutton from 5 years ago. You've grown so much while I've been away. You ended up studying under Ein too, right? I apparently have plenty to thank her for. Rufina, please. Well, if you're sure that's what you want to do, I have no objections. I'll leave the decision to you, Kevin. And how can you be okay with this? I should be the one shouldering the burden. Me and me alone. Why should Ries... You're a grown man, Kevin. Start acting like one, damn it. Is probably what Ein would say in this situation were she with us. She's not, though, so I want you to go with your heart. You've always had a way with shaking a guy up. Come here, Ries. You can hold my bow gun with me. Okay. Oh, I never considered that. Apparently I was even further from my goal than I thought I was. Sorry? What do you mean? Listen, Kevin. You said earlier that you wanted to try and follow in my footsteps, right? Yeah. It's not going to be easy, but it's what I want to do. Well, if that's genuinely what you've set your mind on, I can't stop you. But I can't say that I recommend it. The path I walked was one fraught with pain, doubts, and worries. I knew in my heart there was no way it was possible to make a world where everyone could be happy. Nevertheless, I dedicated my life to trying to get as close as I could to that impossible goal, even if it wasn't easy. Bring it on, I say. I feel the same way. I want to follow in your footsteps too. I never seen two people look more sure of themselves. And if that's what you want, if that's really, really what you want, don't content yourselves with trying to go as far as I did. Go further than me. Try and reach the places beyond my grasp. Realize the future I never could. Because I get the feeling the two of you may actually be able to do it. You do? Damn. That's a doozy of a task you're throwing on us at the last minute. But hey, I won't say no. Making it sound so hard just makes me want to pull it off all the more. I promise I will. Just don't try to walk too fast and end up getting tired before the finish line. Anyway, I think we've kept your friends waiting for long enough. Kevin, Ries, I think it's about time you pulled that trigger. Yeah. Right. It's okay, Ries. I'm right here with you. Let's just take this slowly. That's right. Easy does it. May Adios always watch over you both. Take care of her for me, Kevin. I will. Always. Thanks for everything. Really. Rufina, I... And you take good care of Kevin, Ries. Stay close, okay? Rufina! We will, forever, so... Bye, Rufina. Ah. It's okay, Ries. I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure we can realize her dream and reach the place she was always trying to get to. And I'm guessing that when we do, we'll find her there waiting for us. So this isn't the end. We'll see her again. We will. Kevin! Ries! Please, wake up! Hmm? Huh? Where are we? Thank Adios. You scared us half to death when you passed out the second the battle ended. We fainted? But... I imagine she summoned your spirits to an area of her creation, leaving your bodies behind. There you are! Celeste? I felt the return of all my power a short while ago. Did something happen, Kevin? Oh. Actually, Kevin had explained to her that they had said farewell to Rufina, and that the stigma that once ruled the land of Phantasma had completely disappeared. I see. She must have been an incredibly strong person. I may have never had the chance to meet her, but she sounds like someone I would have liked to talk to. That being said, there's no longer any time to waste. Huh? Why not? Now that Phantasma has once again lost its master, it'll revert to being unstable once more. This castle will be no exception. I imagine it will disappear before long, unable to retain its current form any longer. The same will likely be true of all the plains even. Only the garden will remain. You're kidding! Are you really so surprised, Estelle? We know about how this world works. This was always a likely possibility. It sure wasn't one I was thinking about. Besides, if you knew all this already, why is this the first time we're hearing about it? We should hurry to the Arcel and make our escape at once. There's no need. I can open the gates of heaven from here. You can? As in the ones in the Testaments? I believe so. To my recollection, they are the counterpart to the gates of Gehenna, connecting the world in which you reside to heaven above. A replica was prepared for us in the area we stand. I can only assume the one who created them was the woman who you bade farewell. The one who was assimilated into the Lord of Phantasma. She did? I see. Then if we pass through there, we can return to our own world? Precisely. Though perhaps seeing is believing, allow me to open the gates. Wow! If we walk through here, we can go home. I imagine you'll appear somewhere near wherever it was when you were first drawn in here. Those who are on airships will likely reappear somewhere inside them. Okay. I guess this is it. Indeed. What? Already? We've been in here so long together, my brain's having trouble processing that it's actually about to end. I was hoping we would have time for one final feast before we went our separate ways. But I suppose there are a few partings in this world that would allow us the good fortune. You're probably right. Well then, allow us to be the first to take the plunge. Why? At this rate, we're gonna be here forever because no one wants to be the first to say goodbye and leave everyone behind. What Zin said. So as the eldest members of the group, we thought we should be the ones to take the initiative, so to speak. Oh. Thanks. You guys are alright, you know? Think nothing of it. This is nothing compared to the kindness you've showed by welcoming me into your numbers despite my past transgressions. Because of you, I was able to achieve something truly important. You have my deepest thanks. You're very welcome. Just know that you have ours too. I don't know what we would have done without you. We may have to part for now, but I imagine your work will bring us together again in the future. I can't wait to see you again. I'm honored you would say so, Your Highness. Should you ever require my services, please don't hesitate to call on me. As for me, well, it was great getting to see you all again. Didn't ever picture us having a reunion like this, but I'm sure glad it happened. You got that right. I still wouldn't have turned down a few more rounds of duking it out with you. Same here. Next time I get some free time, I'll have to pop over to Liberl and rough you up a bit. Or you know, you're all welcome to swing by Calvert if you want. Kilika and I would welcome you with open arms. You bet. Count on it. Really? Then I'll start making preparations for my visit as soon as I leave here. You're not doing anything until you finish the mountain of homework that's waiting for you. Heh. I'm sure me and Ries will eventually make our way there once the work comes knocking on our door. I hope that day comes soon. Haha, same here. Well, I think that's about everything. Let's get going, Colonel. Honestly, now even you've started calling me that. Although I suppose being referred to in that way by all of you may not be so bad. And they go. Everyone takes their final bows. Perhaps we should be the next to leave then. You? I feel as though the longer I stay, the less I'll want to leave at all. It would be best for me to get this done and over with. So this is farewell for now. Yeah, for now. I was honestly expecting you to hang on longer. I'm surprised. Oh, Joshua, you twist my arm, but the pain only leaves me weak with pleasure. How I crave whisking you up as my prince and taking you back with me. Over my dead body, creep. I don't think I'll ever be able to believe this guy is actually royalty. Olivier. Truth be told, I honestly never thought I'd be blessed with an opportunity like this. The thought of it coming to an end is making me uncharacteristically emotional. Aw. It's certainly a new side to you. Before I go, however, I do want you to give some serious thought to what I said, Shara. While I do realize it was brazen of me to ask, you wouldn't deny me the joy of believing you may one day say yes, would you? I swear, you are unbelievable. Alright, I will. You'll have an answer someday. In the meantime, you better work hard at what you need to do. Huh, but of course. What's this all about? I think we're missing something pretty big. Yeah, something interesting happened right under our noses, didn't it? For my part, I would like to thank you all for what you have done for me and this one here. I feel as though this experience has allowed me to improve my swordsmanship all the more. I am truly grateful. I'll have to make sure I don't let you get too far ahead of me, or I'm going to have a hell of a time catching up again. The same goes for you as well, of course. I do hope we will have the opportunity to meet again one day. As do I. One last warning. I fear the Empire has some truly stormy times ahead of it. I would advise against all non-essential travel there. That's concerning. Something about that line. Please, be careful then, Major. As long as this idiot pulls his weight, we should be able to avoid the worst case scenario. If you'd all pray Adios doesn't give up on him, then I'd appreciate it. Sure thing. Praying is kind of what we church folk do. I can't think of a simpler and more enjoyable request. How tragic is it that you all trust me so little? But they do say that people bully those they love the most. You're no exception to that, are you, love? Am I to take that as confirmation that you would like to be dragged out of here by the scruff of your neck? I'd rather walk, please. Well then, everyone, until our next meeting. Goodbye, good boy. I'm gonna miss him! He managed to keep pretending he was fine until the very end. You two are next, then. Yeah, this is it. Most of the people here I could go and see it if I set my mind to it. But as for you two, Estelle and Joshua, take care on that journey of yours, okay? No problem. We'll be sure to keep riding you as often as we can. There's no need to send too many of them. It won't be easy for my replies to reach you. Plus, there seems to be a lot of maintenance work going on with the Orbital Communications Network lately. If you really need me, just get in touch with the Grand Cell branch. Okay, we will. You can always get in touch with us if you need us in the same way. It's gonna suck not being able to see you again for a while though, Estelle. But it's gonna especially suck not being able to see Ren or Tita. And you, Ries. Me? Duh, I was really happy to get to know you, you know? So if you ever come to Liberl again for work or whatever, come see me, okay? I'll give you the scoop on all my favorite ice cream spots. I'd be happy to accept that invitation. Coming to Liberl is now my top priority after leaving here. Let's not forget about work now. At least you'll be easy enough to see again, Tita. I should be able to pop over and mess with you anytime your scary boy toy is not hovering over you. Don't you even think about it, kiddo. How serious I am is for me to know. Okay, just one more thing before I go. Say, Ren, do you like Estelle and Joshua, or don't you? What? That's what matters the most. I want you to keep that question in mind as a favor for your big sis Annalise. Oh, what do you mean? Annalise? Oh, and accept a bajillion hugs next time I see you. I'm not gonna let you get away. Alright, I think we've hung around long enough. See you later. Take care, Shara. Thank you both for sticking with us. Oh, bye, Shara, our big sister. Ever since day one when we became junior bracers. And the cute and lovable Annalise. Okay, guess we might as well be the next ones to step up. Yeah. I'll look at these two leave together. This is it, huh? Time to say farewell. I'll miss you both so much. You too, Ren. You mean it, Tita? I can't say anything thought-provoking like Annalise. And I don't have the power to chase after you like Estelle and Joshua. But I'll always be waiting. I'll always be waiting for the day you three come back to Liberl together. It's okay to hope for that, right? Please, you can do what you like. As long as it's not getting sloppy with finishing your orbital gear. You better finish that. Potter Mater welcomes all challengers. Okay, I will. I swear, kids sure are violent these days. Like Shara said, you guys take care, yeah? Especially you, Estelle. You ain't a rookie now, so make sure you start looking before you leap. I know. You just try not to fight with Tita's mom every other second, okay? Hey, I'm not the one picking fights. She's the one who's always trying to make my life hell. I'm already dreading going back and getting blamed for Tita ending up here. Yeah, I'm sure she'll find some way to pin all of this on you. You're only laughing because you ain't gonna be on the receiving end of it. Oh, and one last thing. I've got something to say to you. Me? The first time I met you, I thought you were some sketchy weirdo, but you showed some real guts this time. Good on you. Huh? I say something funny? No, I just never thought the day would come when you praised me. Like, at all. What brought that on? No real reason. Just my way of saying, let's keep on trucking, I guess. Well, thanks then. Why do conversations like these between two guys always end up so awkward? Ah, cram it. Anyway, you ready, Tita? Yep. Till we meet again, you two. I think that marks our turn, Julia. As you wish. No, we gotta say goodbye to Sieg! No! Can I take him with me? Chloe, I guess this is goodbye for now. I'm afraid so. This was an opportunity that I never expected to be blessed with. I owe Adios my deepest thanks for being able to see you two again. Us too. I'll keep writing to you, Chloe. Count on it. I won't get my hopes up the next letter will be anytime soon. Oh, Josette? What's up? I really enjoyed spending time with you. I'd love to have the opportunity to hang out again one day. Sure. We'll make it happen. We have a few hobbies in common, so I bet we could talk for hours and hours. Work will mean I have to go to Grand Cell a lot, so I'm sure we'll get the chance. I'll be looking forward to it. If you're feeling jealous, you've got like nothing in common with her, maybe you should try taking up baking and handcrafts. Can't wait to see the effort of someone with all the creativity and dexterity of a drunk palm. I wish I could disagree, but you totally got me. It's okay, Estelle. No one's good at everything. Please, don't feel obliged to say anything to me. I'm not your ancestor, but merely a sentient replica of her. Even so, I still wish you could have the opportunity to meet my grandmother. I'm nowhere near as capable or intelligent as she is, and after meeting only me, I can only imagine you must be so disappointed. It's almost eerie how much you remind me of myself in that regard. I do? How? I imagine your grandmother must feel the same way. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you don't know which way you should go sometimes. Just follow your heart, and it will never betray you. One day, you'll be able to spread your wings wide and fly. I'm sure of it. I certainly hope so. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Well, I suppose we should be going. Oh, before we do, after we return, Kevin, I imagine things will be more than a little chaotic. So should we require the church's help again, I expect you to be there for us. Sure thing. I'll be getting in touch with the congregation for the sacraments after I get out of here to decide what to do next. Well then, everyone, take care of yourselves. Scree! So long, Princess Julia. And good boy, Sieg. Oh no. You'll never hear me Sieg scree again. No. Well, I'm up. I'm glad we had this time together, Josette. If you're gonna try and force yourself to say something all emotional and crap, save it. I don't want to hear it from you. Oh, that's real swell. If it looked like you and Joshua were finally breaking up, then I was gonna use this chance to take him from you. If only I was so lucky. Actually, you wanna come through the gate at the same time as me, Joshua? Maybe we'll reappear in the same place if we do. I'm on to you, Missy. Hands off. Do do you guys really have to fight this way right to the very end? You stay out of this! Sorry. Damn, man. This is such a pathetic spectacle. But you know something? It is fun being here with you, Estelle, in a way. Yeah, I could say that too, in a way. Don't overdo it with that business of yours, you hear? Your line of work's like ours. You're out of luck if you work yourself sick. Right back at you. But you can go causing trouble for yourself all you like. Just don't go getting hurt and causing any for Joshua. I don't think I've ever met two people who hate each other this much who are so similar. Anyway, guess I should actually get going now. I'll be sure to write, Joshua. Thanks. Can't wait to hear from you. Sounds like you two are going to have your work cut out for you. Take care, alright? Thanks. May the goddess light shine upon you and your ship. Can't ask for better from a sister. Thanks. Alright, later. You okay, Ren? You've been kind of quiet for a while now. Why? Why is everyone smiling? Huh? What do you mean? I mean, you're all saying goodbye. For all you know, you might never get to see each other again. So why do you all look so happy? Oh. Everyone keeps saying that they're sad to see one another go. Why don't you all just stay here then? As long as the garden's here, everyone can stay and turn this place into whatever they want it to be. We can laugh and have fun tea parties forever and ever and ever. So why? I get it now. It hurts you to think that you might never see them again, doesn't it? Joshua? It hurts that no matter how much you care about someone, no matter how much you want to be with them, you might never see them again. Is that it? Wait! No, of course not! That's not even possible. Even when I heard that Louve was dead, that didn't hurt one bit. I was sad, but it didn't hurt. That's because that's not the same. The reason it didn't hurt you is because you were able to accept Louve's death. You knew that there was no chance you'd ever be able to see him again, and that was why you were able to grieve. But this is a case of knowing that you could meet the people you care about, but at the same time, maybe you can't. In some ways, that's even more painful than never being able to see someone ever again. No, you're wrong. That's why you... You're wrong, 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 wrong. Should I tell you, Ren? Tell you why everyone was able to smile as they said goodbye to us all? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you anyway. It's because no matter how much you love someone, or how much you hate someone, eventually, you'll end up having to part from them. That goes for everyone. No exceptions. Everyone? Yep. Even me and Joshua. Even if we get married, have kids, and live out the rest of our days happily together. Eventually one of us is going to die and leave the other behind. We can't rule out the possibility that one or both of us might lose our lives in an accident. We could even fall out of love someday. Every day you spend with someone could turn out to be the last. And that's a reality all of us have to face up to and fight every day. Every day? And that's why we have to smile. When everyone smiles, we don't have to worry about the sad stuff, and we can be positive together. We know we're not alone, and that everyone else feels the same way we do. And best of all, it fills us with excitement at the thought of when and how we might see each other next. So we put our bravest face on and promise to meet again, whether it comes true or not. And we go back to our lives and keep on going. That's how it is for everyone, I think. It's really everyone? Everyone. You too. So, will you try and smile with us? Me? Maybe I can't promise we can be together forever, but I can tell you that we really, really love you. That's why I want to watch over you, at least until you become a grown-up. If that's what you want to, then I'll do what I can to be by your side no matter what. Then when you grow up, maybe you'll decide you want to do something with your life that means we have to part ways. And if that happens, that's okay. But if it does, then we'll part ways with a big smile. How does that sound? Good? You don't need to decide what you want to do now. The choice is yours to make. We've already made up our minds what we want to do. We want to be your family, Ren. Like Joshua said, we can't force you. If you don't want to be with us, that's fine. Dad's given his okay. All that's left is yours. Enough! Enough! Ren? If that's what you want, then I'm gonna run and run and run. I'm gonna run so fast you'll never be able to catch me. So... We're ready for that. You can keep running for as long as it takes to make up your mind one way or the other. But just so you know, I'm really bad at knowing when to call it quits. You might be really good at playing hide and seek. No hiding place can stay undiscovered forever. I hate you. I hate you both. But I love you both just as much. And so the chase continues. We finally got to tell her. We finally got to tell her how we feel. Yeah, we did. Joshua. You did great, Estelle. Still, the hardest part's still yet to come. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for making you wait through that, guys. But now I think it's time we went too. Don't sweat it. You're gonna get back to chasing her the second you get out of here, right? Good luck. Don't give in, and I'm sure it'll work out. May the goddess blessing be with all three of you. I'll be looking forward to the next time we meet. And I'll be praying that the three of you will all be together when that comes. We will. I'll make it happen. Till next time. Goodbye, baby bracers. Those two really are something special. Yeah, you're telling me. Just looking at those two, I can't help but feel that maybe Rufina's dream isn't so impossible after all. Me too. Which means all the more that we'll need to get to work on making it a reality. I'm afraid this place likely doesn't have much time left. I think you should leave before it's too late. Oh, right. Actually... Something wrong? I just can't help but feel like we've forgotten something. Hey! Oh, oops. You're awful! Was giving me that half-hearted explanation and then vanishing the best thing you could do? I'm sorry. I did have a lot to do at the time. Still, that explanation was enough to allow you to reach here, wasn't it? Eventually, but I had a heck of a time getting here. I'm no good with directions. I had groups of angels chasing after me, chariots trying to run me over. Anyways, What's with all the shaking? Oh, right. So apparently this castle is going to vanish soon. That door up there will let you return to our world, so go ahead and run on through it. Why are you only telling me this now? I'm out of here. By all means. Thank you for your help. Huh? Hey, you played an important part in us making it through all this. When we get out of here, we'll be enemies again. But there's no harm in acknowledging that. Just don't go causing too much trouble out there, so we have to go after you, okay? Worry about yourselves first. Next time we meet, I'll be a changed man. Higher ranking and much, much stronger. You mark my words. Now please hurry. I doubt this castle has more than a few more minutes before it disappears. Got it. What will happen to you after that, by the way? I imagine I will return to my lengthy slumber in the garden, in the same state I was before the Lord of Phantasma first appeared. And I will remain that way until this land of Phantasma eventually finishes disappearing. After that, I will finally be free from the duty which keeps me here. Really. Thanks for everything. I don't know if words can express how grateful we are. May your dreams be pleasant indeed. Thank you very much. After you've stepped through the gate, I will disable the Recluse Cube's functionality. Its power will never return again, so please deal with it however you see fit. Understood. I know exactly who's going to be getting it. Erica. You're thinking of giving it to the professor? You honestly think she'll let all of this slide if we don't? Especially after her daughter got cut up in it. She's gonna be unbearable. Good point. Well then, Ries, time for us to go. Indeed. Would you like to hold hands? What? I was only joking, of course. But I do want us to step through together. Just like how together, we'll make Rufina's dream come true. Yeah. I'm counting on you, partner. Always. That's it. The end of the Liberl arc. We did it! We played through all of Trails in the Sky. Oh man. I try to hold my cards close to the vest, but man, that's a hard final scene to get through. See all of our friends take their final bows. Maybe we'll see them all again someday, or maybe we won't. Well, I'll say as much that those last moments are intense, especially saying goodbye to Estelle and Joshua. That conversation with Ren is like, oh, it's such a killer. It's one of the best written scenes this entire arc has. Because I think what makes that scene with Estelle's talk to Ren so special is how mature it is. It's like shockingly mature. And that's not to undersell the quality of the writing in the arc up to this point. But for Estelle to say that, or even acknowledge the possibility that, like, hey, we're young. Joshua and I could always fall out of love someday. It's like, oh, the Trails fan in me is like, no, don't say that. No, you're going to be together forever. But it's shockingly mature and true. And it's what makes this arc so good, that even up to the last moments, like, God, Falcom nailed so many aspects about Trails in the Sky's writing. It's so good. It is phenomenal. It's as good as I've ever seen it in any video games for this trilogy, is the character writing. Especially the character writing, the actual conversations that characters have. It is, in my opinion, the best in this arc over any of the other Trails arcs. And that's not to start like a mud-flinging war or like tear down the future arcs we're going to go to. Because the 2 arcs that currently exist beyond Trails in the Sky, and I'm sure the 1 or 2 or however many more that will come in the future, they're all going to have their own strengths and weaknesses. But I will say, to be fair, that my opinion is that it's been hard for Falcom to match the character writing and the scenario writing of this arc and like live up to it. Because the bar is really high. And this year, or last year I should say by the time this video goes out, in early 2018, I went through the first 2 Erebonian games, Cold Steel 1 and 2, because Cold Steel 2 released on PC in early 2018. So I had played those 2 games back to back. I went through 1 to prep myself for it, and then I played through 2 when it came out. And then shortly after that, that was early in the year, I started playing Second Chapter for the LP. I started recording that in the spring. So to go from those first 2 Erebonian games back to Second Chapter, and now eventually I had to replay through the first and now the third, it's been a really like stark difference between them in terms of like how they're written. Hey, look, there's Brittany's name. Thanks, Brittany. Thank you, Hatsu. And it's not to discount those 2 Erebonian games, but like the difference in terms of like how many scenes there were that like really impacted me was very like apparent. So Second Chapter had like tons of moments like that. Obviously, the start of the game with like Estelle waking up the morning after Joshua left, that's a hard day. Hard days continue obviously when they reunite and they make their promise to each other on the Gulf Seaside Way. Just, oh, what a hard scene. Just, God, that hits you right in the center of your chest. But it's not just Estelle and Joshua, it's the other characters as well. I think one of the best scenes in Second Chapter is Tita and Agate's scene together. After Agate wakes up and they're in his house, the house that the Minorians rebuilt. That's a fantastic scene. One of the scenes that maybe not would impact everyone, but really I love, is I believe it's when we're flying from Grand Cell to Rolent. After Estelle gets the photo from Niall and Dorothy about Joshua being with the Sky Bandits. And it's a really emotional time. You're aboard the Cecilia talking to all the party members. And for the first time ever, Estelle and Olivier have this like really heart-to-heart conversation. And Estelle finally calls Olivier out about like how suspicious he was being in First and Second Chapter. And when like he tells her like, don't worry, I'm never going to betray your trust. Like that, ooh, that hurts me. It doesn't hurt me, but like I feel that. Because I like him as a character so much. And I felt the same way at Hawk and Gate when he was talking about telling Mueller's uncle, One-Eyed Zex, about how Liberl had changed him. And about how he wanted the people of Erebonia to feel the same way about their country, about the way, you know, how people in Liberl feel about theirs, you know, being proud of their country for themselves and not about conquests and whatnot. But we got one more scene. We got ourselves a stinger. That would be Ein Selnitz Merkaba. Yep, the Merkaba airship number 1. I think I have a rough idea of the situation now. There she is, finally in the flesh, for real. We've been able to confirm the safety of the 6 you mentioned. Prince Albert Ries Argent, Mueller Vander, Sin Vatek, Josette Capua, Estelle and Joshua Bright. All of them have safely returned to our world. Really, that's a relief. Few of the ones who ended up in Liberl myself. It was just those 6 I was concerned about. Well, and the 2 from Ouroboros. But I'm not sure either of us have any chance of checking up on those 2. Unfortunately not. Still, this certainly wasn't what I was expecting to happen when I gave you that mission. The Oriole left us a nasty little present, didn't it? That's one way of putting it. Either way, I'll give you my full report as soon as I'm back. Wrapping things up on my end seems like it'll take a little while longer, but hopefully not too long. I'm looking forward to it. You know, you've changed since I last spoke to you. I'm quite surprised. Huh? The Kevin I know wouldn't care to know whether those he'd been involved with were safe or not. Or rather, he'd try and suppress those concerns. I can only imagine a lot must have happened in this Phantasma. That's putting it lightly. I'll fill you in on all of it once I get back, like I said. I've got something special I want to tell you on a personal level, too. Oh? Color me curious. Regardless, I'm glad you two returned safely. Perhaps we should all go and get some drinks together after you've returned. I'd be happy to. Oh, yeah. I've actually got something I want to ask. Well... Is it possible for a Dominion to change their title after choosing one? What's this now? I found something other than hunting heretics I want to do, you see. I still intend to fulfill my duties as a Dominion to the fullest. Don't worry about that. Just... Commander! So that's a no, probably. A Dominion wanting to change their title, eh? In the 1,000 years the Grolsritter has existed, that's not something that has happened often. But it's not entirely unprecedented either. Then... Go ahead and think up something fitting for yourselves before we next meet. If you fail to, I'll give you a new one myself as punishment. And trust me, you won't like it. If I'd known you were going to say that, I would have thought of something before asking. Well, I guess I'd better get to work on thinking up something cool. What do you think of Blue Shooting Star? Or maybe Black Arrow? What's with the awkward silence? Father Kevin, as your former instructor, allow me to give you one piece of heartfelt advice. Sure? Unless you want to live the rest of your life in abject shame, then for the love of Adios, get Ries to help you choose. Don't even think of picking alone. One last message from Falcom. I remember this screen. Thank you for staying with Trails in the Sky until the very end. While this story has told all it has to tell, there's still plenty more adventures to be discovered across the Zemurian continent. Save your clear data? Oh boy, you better believe it. We've finished the Liberl arc. Oh man, sad days. We knew it would come sometime. And back to the title screen. So, the last couple of messages to throw in here is if future me is not an idiot, you will have left a link for you in the description. Links, hopefully 2 links, to read Trails in the Chest. Yes, I didn't forget. There is thankfully a wiki page, a Kiseki wiki page on Trails in the Chest that has it all in order. So you can check that out. As well as the other thing, which I still haven't read, the 12-parter, which as of today when I'm recording this doesn't have a wiki, but I think someone's compiled it on, like, I don't know, maybe Pastebin or something. So if I can find that, I'll throw that in too. So you can check those out at your own leisure. Consider that like your first bit of homework, maybe mini homework, optional homework assignment. That's extra credit. You want to really get in at Trails in the Sky the Third, you can go read those too. But that does it. That does the Liberl arc. That ends Asel and Joshua's story. That ends Kevin's story. And all of our friends that we met across our travels in Liberl. And even Phantasma. Hopefully, if you hadn't played Trails in the Sky the Third before, and now that it's all settled, hopefully my words rang true the last time we were on this title screen. And that's that although this game's format is very strange and its setting different, this game is very much worth playing. And hopefully the doors prove that to you. Hopefully Kevin's backstory and progression prove that to you. Hopefully that final farewell to all of our friends prove that to you. This game is not skippable. It's very different, and it's a strange one, but it's a fan favorite. And believe me when I say, we'll be returning to Trails in the Sky the Third in future videos. Just in terms of pulling footage from it, recalling things that are said indoors, etc. Maybe some of the monster designs, you never know. There's a lot in here in these last 38 videos. A lot of things that will play a role in the future. But speaking of the future, we got a trip to make. We gotta go north. Northeast, in fact. We're heading to the autonomous state of Crossbell. See you all in the next one.